How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, it's been a little while since the last video, and quite a bit has changed on the farm with regards to our fields. So first off, you'll notice that we have got our grass coming through and actually looking really good. In fact, both of the grass fields are looking very healthy. It does mean that we need to do an application of fertilizer on both of them, so we'll have to get into that very soon. But we do also have two of our fields, in fact our two biggest fields, ready for harvesting. So the east field here, which is field bean, is ready to go, as well as the west field across the road, which is canola. So we'll be harvesting at least one of them today, and our little linseed field over there is actually looking really nice with the white flowers. That is not quite ready to go, but getting fairly close. And of course, once we get that harvested, the plan is to seed that back to grass, and eventually I want to build a little house or a log cabin or something over there, so we won't be farming that little piece of land moving forward after we get that harvested and seeded with grass. So definitely lots to do on the farm at the moment. And on top of all of that, one of our neighbors, which owns a little field just behind that tree line there, phoned up early this morning, and unfortunately his combine broke down. So he wanted to know if I can help out with harvesting that field, which is a canola field. And yeah, we are going to do that for him this morning. Now, I did insist on no payment for that job. It's just helping out a neighbor. And yeah, he did fight me on that for quite a while, but eventually I convinced him that I'll do it for free. It's just a small field. I don't think we've actually worked on that field before, but I am familiar with the field. I know exactly which one it is. It's just a small one, so yeah, I am happy enough to just help out a neighbor and do that free of charge. So with all of the harvesting that is going to be happening here very, very soon, we are definitely going to need both of our trailers. Now the problem is we still have soybeans in one of the trailers because we've been holding off for a better price on those, and the price has been steadily going up. Unfortunately, it hasn't peaked yet. And in fact, it's about £1,000 off of where it peaked last year. And that is £1,000 per 1,000 liters. The thing is though, we don't have a lot of soybeans here, so I don't think it'll affect us that much by selling today. And the thing is, well, we don't really have a choice because we have no other means of storing any of our crops, so we have to sell today. But I estimated how much we have in the trailer, and I reckon we'll probably lose somewhere in the region of about £1,000 to £1,500 by selling today, rather than holding off for another month or two and selling at a similar price to where it peaked last year. So it's not too bad. Of course, I'd rather not lose that money, but yeah, we really just don't have a choice. And that's just farming. You win some, you lose some. Now, I have been also keeping an eye on the prices of canola and field bean, which we'll be harvesting very soon. And I think it'll be a good idea to harvest canola first, because canola is dropping quite considerably, so I want to sell that before it drops too much. And field bean is steadily rising, and I think will peak in about a month or two, similar to soybean. So I want to hold on to the field bean for a while. So that is £4,460. That is actually not bad at all. I was hoping for about 4,000, so yeah, a little bit more than what I thought we'd get. Quite happy with that. Okay, not too bad. But yeah, my plan is to hold on to the field bean for a little while, so obviously we have to harvest that after the canola because we are going to be keeping that in the trailers. And maybe in a month or two we'll get that sold when prices are at its highest for the season. Hopefully we time it correctly and we get it at a nice peak price. And hopefully we end up making a good chunk of money because it is quite a big field. Unfortunately, like I say, the canola price has already peaked and it's on its way down, but I kind of want to sell it before it hits rock bottom. So yeah, we are going to harvest that field first. But we are going to get this other trailer hooked up and we'll take this over to the neighbor's field. And then I'll come back and I'll grab the combine and the header. We'll head over there and we'll jump into that field, that canola field, and we'll get that harvested for him. Now I'm going to try and reverse this, see how this goes. Usually I would hook up to the front, but I'm not going to unhook again because we have this on here already. This is not going too well. I want to turn it that way. That'll maybe work. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, we'll take all of the equipment over there and we'll get this job knocked out for him. Then we'll bring everything back to the farm and we'll jump into that canola field and we'll get that knocked out as well. But we are going to get the drone out and we are going to get this canola field harvested. The neighbor's canola field, not our canola field. So yeah, for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and as suspected it didn't take us too long at all, and the equipment did pretty well. The combine struggled a little bit on the uphills, but that is to be expected. It doesn't have a lot of power, and I have it parked over on the canola field here, the west field, so the combine is ready to go there, as well as the tractor and 2 trailers. We only needed the 1 trailer there. We didn't even fill the 1 trailer all the way. Hopefully we will need both trailers for our canola field, because that obviously means more grain in the trailers means more money in the bank account. But we'll have to wait and see what the yield is like. But the neighbor that we were doing that job for, he popped by and I had a quick chat with him and I was telling him what we were sort of doing with the silage and so forth. And he mentioned that our other neighbors up the road here mentioned a while back that they are thinking about selling one of their fields because they haven't been using it for quite some time. So I gave them a ring and asked if I could come and take a look and whether they are still thinking about selling it, and they said they are, and I'm more than welcome to pop by and see what I think. So obviously we are very familiar with this field over here, and it looks like they have got quite the rock problem. Goodness me, they're going to have to get a rock picker on that, because I don't think a roller is going to solve that problem. But this is the grass field. Now, I don't have a price on this yet. I just wanted to come and take a quick look. It is quite a big field. That is actually really nice. Now, the only problem is there's only access to this field by the looks of it through that gate there, which I would prefer not to use, because if they've got crop growing over here, it'll be a little bit hard to sort of get in and out and around that field. It's quite narrow. So if we do end up buying this, I'll probably cut out some of the hedge, maybe down in that corner, because it's closer to our farm. Easier to get in here. But yeah, the grass here actually doesn't look too bad. I don't think it's amazing, but it is a big field, so we should be able to get a good cut off of this, and maybe we'll end up doing what we did with the other property, the south farm, and we'll take a cut, get that into the bunker, and then we'll plow it in, lime it, fertilize it, reseed it, and let it grow through as a nice high yielding crop. Yeah, that is actually a really nice field. Much bigger than what I thought it was, honestly. But yeah, I think it's all going to come down to price. I'll have a chat with them and see how much they want for it. And yeah, then we'll make a decision based on that. But yeah, I mean, we could always plow it in and turn it into an arable field, but I think I'll probably keep it as a grass field. I say we'll take a cut off and just reseed it as a grass field. I think that'll be the most profitable thing for us to do right now. Also because we don't have any form of grain storage. I don't want to go too deep into the arable until we have the option of keeping grain for a few months on the farm to wait for prices to go up so that we obviously make the most amount of money off of the fields that we can. So yeah, I think silage will probably be a better option for a field like that right now. But anyway, like I say, it all comes down to price. If it's too expensive, we obviously won't be buying it. But yeah, that is something to think about. We'll definitely have to upgrade our grass care equipment though, our mower and our rower. Actually, I'll just leave the quad bike out here. It'll be fine. But yeah, if we get another grass field, we definitely won't have a choice of upgrading. But to be honest, even with our 2 fields currently, we don't really have a choice. We'll have to buy some equipment. But yeah, this is our canola field. And we are going to get the combine back up and running. Fantastic. We shouldn't have any issues here because it's nice and flat. So yeah, we'll run around the field and create a bit of space, turning around space on the other end there. Here, obviously, we have all the space in the world, which is nice. And yeah, we are going to get this field knocked out. So we'll get the drone back out and we are going to get into this. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done. And that went pretty well, actually. Unfortunately, we didn't need the second trailer. We just about filled the first trailer. Not quite, but close enough. And that is a bit of a pity because obviously less grain is less money. Simple as that. But I have got the combine back at the farm. And we'll have that ready to go for the field beans. And conveniently, the highest price on canola at the moment is actually the farmer's market. So just a short little trip to get this sold. I didn't actually calculate how much we'll get for this. I can usually calculate off of an estimate based on the size of the trailer. And then, of course, the price per 1,000 liters. But yeah, I thought we'll just wait and see what happens. Hopefully, it is not too bad. Like I mentioned earlier, the prices on canola is sort of on a downward spiral at the moment, but I want to get it sold and yeah, get the money into the bank account because we can't really sit on the crop for too long without having any proper storage facilities. But that is actually not bad. I think off of that field, there's definitely room for improvement on that field. I actually want to head back there and take a quick look. Oh, there we go, 7,966 pounds. So effectively 8,000 pounds off of that field, which is really not that bad. Of course, we have to factor into that input cost. But yeah, I am actually happy with that. We are currently sitting on 46,698 pounds. Not too bad at all. But yeah, I do think that we can get a bit more out of that property over there. I think if we take down some of those trees and get rid of some of the bushes and so forth, and we get in there with the plow, we can definitely make that field considerably bigger, which would be really nice. We'll drop off the tractor and we'll head over there real quick and take a look, because I think that is something that I might want to do before we seed over there again. Let's take a quick jog over. Nice to stretch the legs after sitting in that combine. Well, when I say in the combine, you're kind of more sitting on the combine than anything else. But yeah, it's not the most comfortable thing, but it does work. But yeah, over here we have got a lot of big bushes, and we've got a big tree over there as well, which is taking up a lot of our field. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the vegetation, but we do have a lot of vegetation on that side of the farm, and I kind of want to maximize this field as much as possible. Yeah, there's a lot of space in here that we are losing. So, yeah, it would be a pity to cut down that tree especially, but yeah, I kind of really just want to get the most out of this. And like I say, we do have a lot of trees and bushes and so forth on the rest of our properties. At least some of them, anyway. But, yeah, even back here, I think this is a lot of wasted space. We can bring the plow through here. We can cut some of this out. And we can plow all the way up to this gate, effectively. And back here, close to this hedge, there's a lot of wasted space here, which I think we should improve on. Yeah, even back here, this is space that we'll never use. At one point, I was thinking maybe we could put up some sheds or something here, and that probably would have made sense in a way. Although, if we did that, we'll probably have to make this field even smaller, because we'll need room to sort of get in and out of the sheds. And now that we have got sort of the open shed up at the, or down at the south farm, we don't really need that. So yeah, I think we'll maybe do that. Once we are done with harvesting and we got fertilizer onto the grass fields, I think we'll come in here with the chainsaw and the plow, and we'll make this field a little bit bigger before we seed over here again. So this is going to remain a arable field, and so is the east field. I'm going to keep that arable, and we'll have to see what happens with the field up the road there, whether we are going to purchase that or not. I'll have to find out how much it is, and we'll have to keep in mind that we'll need some upgraded mowing equipment and so forth. But yeah, I think this is going pretty well, so I think we'll probably leave it there for this video. But I'm pretty sure we'll probably just pick up the next video where we leave off today, and we'll get into the field bean field, and maybe we'll get the fertilizing done on those two fields as well. But yeah, we are going to leave it there for now. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.